Hey guys, hello and welcome to this video, and I hope so you're doing absolutely fine and things are great for you. And welcome to this video. So what we are going to discuss in this video is how you can basically do Google Drive API integration. We'll be learning the core API, how to use it, how to use OAuth. So basically, see, any Google APIs, right? One thing is very generic, which is actually having the OAuth thing figured out. So if you have OAuth thing done, right, you know how OAuth 2 in Google works, then you're good to go. Just plug in that and everything works as it is. So we'll be covering OAuth. I'll be basically explaining you how this works. So first of all, you do one thing, just go to Google Console, right? Here, Google Cloud Console, and there you will be having multiple applications. I have a lot of applications. All these are demo application. I use this for like most of my demo projects. Now I have a dope app. Hold on, I'll just see, is there? Okay, nothing looks sensitive, so we can just I can just show you. Okay, so the next thing what we can do is we can just you can just create a new key. So you can say create credentials, and then OAuth client, that's what you have to create. So here I have already created a Google Drive key, right? uh, which is cool. Now there are few important things while creating the key. Remember the authorized origin and the redirect URL. So whenever you publish to your production environment, remember to add your production environment or create a new key accordingly, right? That is quite important if you actually want to develop this and take this forward to production. Great. So the first thing what we'll be doing is basically going to the item, which is our editor of like no terminal of choice. Okay. We'll go to desktop, and I think I have already had built a project Google Drive integration, which was in my live stream. That live stream couldn't happen due to like what in between I was not feeling like making that drive. Like I was too diverted from the core goal of uploading. So I'm just making this video right now to complete that. Great. So let's create a new folder now, and let's call it Google Drive integration. Google Drive node, whatever. Yeah. So we're going to do it in node. So let's go to that Google Drive node. Okay. And the first thing what we'll do is we'll just run yarn init -y, which will initiate a yarn project. And then what we can do is we can add Express to it. We can add Google APIs to it. Google APIs, I think that's how you do it. And will be do we need anything else? npm Google APIs. And this page is quite amazing, having this Google APIs page. This has like a lot of documentation, a lot of things which we kind of need. So we need list Google APIs thing. Okay. So these are all the production, like I think almost all the production dependency which we need. Now there's one very important thing. Right now we'll not, as we don't have any setup for storing, we don't have users or anything like that. We'll be storing the OAuth key locally, like it will be just for us. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll just I'll just quickly add some development dependency as well. So like node1, do we need anything else? I think will be .env, but that is not a development dependency. So let's add .env as well. Right, cool. We are good to go. The next thing what we have to do is initially to set up the Google Auth. I'll just close this one. So I'll just make it a little bit bigger so that we both could see things little clearly. So first of all, we'll create a folder called src, and inside that folder we'll be creating a file called index.js. Now and one more thing, just make the type as module over here. Type as module, which is important if you want to use anything like import or anything like that. Second thing, we'll set up some scripts. So first of all, a start script, which it has already given us. By the way, this is not a start script, this is a dev script for us. And there could be a build script. I don't think so we need a build script. We can have a start script again, of course, which will start this in production mode. Great, we have a dev and a start script, and we have type module. We are all set. The next thing what we have to do is basically hold on, I'll just open my terminal. Okay, so I'll just here run yarn dev, which will basically start things in development mode. Module not found, something like that. Okay, so we have given this incorrectly because node1, the index.js is not in the src file. So what we have to do is we have to do /src/ and the similar thing we have to do over here as well. /src/. Right. Once we have done that, I think will be good to go. Yeah, you can see it basically started. There's no code over here. That's the reason. So if I log like something like this is working, something like that, right? I'll quickly format this, hold on. Yeah, great. So if I just do this, you can see, this is working, is being logged as expected. The next thing what we have to do is we have to basically why have okay, we have to basically import Google from Google APIs, right? And we also need Express from Express. I don't know, it's taking so long. Actually, this is taking long because this Google APIs is like a gigantic, like a very big dependency. So it's taking a little while. Let's wait till it's done. Let's import Express from Express. Yeah, once we have done it, the 7.8 megabyte dependency, gzip, that's huge. So we'll just quickly instantiate this. We don't want to do all these. We'll say app.listen on some port. So it's, let's say port is 8080. That's the port we want to listen. But hold on, before doing any of these things, we have to see what is the port we have specified. So it's 8000. So let's use port 8000. I could do it a little bit better in a better way. So I can say const port is equal to process.env.port, right? Now, as I said, we'll be saving the token inside like a file, a normal text file, which you should never do, right? Which you should never do. But as because we want to experiment and we want to learn how this works, we'll be doing it. So what we'll do is initially whenever our app starts, so we'll say I'll say const or 2 is equal to whatever this thing. But now this requires a lot of things. Like once you do this, like google.auth.over2, this requires a client ID, this requires a client secret, and this requires a redirect URI. So all these three things are required, and if you remember, we have all these three things. Where can we get all these three things? We can get it in the .env file, which we'll be creating in a while. So we require three things, which is client ID, which we'll paste over here. We require a client secret, which will also be pasting over here. And we require a redirect URI, which will also be pasting over here. Great. Once we have done this, what we have to do is we have to go and copy our client ID, which is this, right? Paste this over here. And then we have to copy the client secret, which is over here. I'll paste this over here. And then we need a redirect URI. So our redirect URI is this. Let's copy this and let's paste this over here. Well, now we have all these three things, but still this will not be loading. So to load a .env file, if you remember, we installed a package called .env. You required that. So .env from .env, and then what we can do is .env.config. This will basically load it from the default location, which is from the root of the project. Great. The next thing what we have to do is a little bit interesting. So what we want is basically check if tokens or creds are present. If I say if yes, load them. Present in a text file. Load them. Otherwise, do nothing. Okay, so you can see, this basically goes like this. There's a code, a little bit code. So I'll just explain you how this works. Basically, we'll be saving creds in a JSON file, something like this. So this is reading it, right? So the creds will be read, and once we if we have the creds, it will be setting. Otherwise, no creds found. So we basically have to log in. That means we haven't logged in yet, and I think that will be the case right now. So it says no creds found because of course there is no creds. The next thing what we have to do is we have to basically create a route from where we can sign in. So we'll say app.get request at wait, hold on, we need this port. So if there's a port specified in the .env file, we'll be using that. Otherwise we'll be using port 8000. It will be using port 8000 by default right now, so let's not worry about it. Now in the home page, we'll say auth/google, and we'll be having a request and a response, and then we have to generate a URL. Now how you generate URL is pretty simple. So go Copilot help me, I'll explain you this code. Okay, so the access type offline, it means you just don't need it once, you might need it afterwards, right? And these are the scopes. Now scopes is very necessary. Remember, this is not the only scope which we need. Of course we need the user profile, but we also require a scope for Google Drive, right? So if I just say Google Drive, hmm, http festival dot slash slash www dot google apis dot com slash drive. This is hard. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just go over here, and if you go to scopes, okay, right, uh hmm uh Google OAuth scopes. Now this list of all these scopes is here basically. I think this has all the scopes which you need. So just if you need Google Drive, so just search for Drive and you'll get it. So that's what we need. If you see this scope could provide you to see, edit, create, delete all your Google Drive files. So all these capabilities we'll be having once you have this scope. So I'll just copy paste this over here, save this, and why I've written a dot over here, nobody knows. Okay, great. So once we have these scopes and once we have generated this will take us to the redirect URI, right? So what is the redirect URI? If you remember, is this the redirect URI? I'm not sure. Hold on. From the .env I can see this is google.redirect, so this is not the URI. So we'll say google.redirect. Why have I written it redirect? That doesn't make sense. That's insane. Let's rename this. This is the okay. This is the redirect here. That's correct. Okay. So Google slash redirect, and we'll be having here. So this is very important. Now I'll just show you how this works. So basically, you get a key. You get a key from the query. So in the query, you get a key, and out of that key, if you run this function called get token, right? You get the tokens, and then tokens is just not one thing. It's like four five things. Like it has an access token, it has a refresh token. You get a refresh token only for the first time. Remember, refresh token is never sent for the second time, so always save your refresh token. And if your token, like the present token, expires, get it refreshed from Google, right? That's important, right? Then it will basically save it to a file which is like threads.json, and send a response success, like yeah, everything was cool. And we can, this is very important, right? Set credentials, right? Because that's what tells Google Auth that you're authenticated and you can perform actions on behalf of like uh, the people, right? That's great. So once this is done, if you have any doubt regarding this, you can ask me in the comment section below. I'll be definitely answering. So now what we'll do is we'll be basically going to the this whatever path we have mentioned. So we'll say localhost port 8000, right, slash auth slash Google. So this will basically take us to Google sign up, because then that's the path, and then we have to basically authorize. So can't verify the app, I'll just say continue, I don't care. And this is very important. So when we are giving it permission, so see, edit, create, delete all your Google file drive files. That's important, right? So remember, and then we'll be continuing this. Okay, and then we have a redirect URI, we have something, but this is not working for some reason. Site cannot be reached. 8000. Whoa. Google slash redirect. Have we given a wrong permission or something? What's wrong? Everything seems to be right, correct. I think there's like some like spelling error or something like that. No, there's no spelling error. Why? Why will you fail like this? This doesn't make sense. Something happened. Okay, it crashed. It crashed. Why have you crashed, man? No credits found. So request failed with status code. Hmm. I think the issue is regarding this. So that's weird. We did got a token, but we didn't got okay, we have to think on this. Did it even hit it? Like, just I'll just log this. This is working. I know I should run some logger or something like that, but let's keep things simple right now. Great, we don't have a creds, we know that. We'll again go back to like auth slash Google. The everything seems to be correct. Okay. Uh, let's see what do we have in the console now. This is getting hit. FS is not defined. Great, great. I mean, I haven't imported the package called FS. Insane, insane. Okay, so the file system package was not imported. That's the reason we were getting that error. Let's get like auth slash Google again. Let's hit enter. Success, success, guys, success. Yo, we did it. Great. So once we have this, we should have a file called creds.json, which should have all the credentials. And whenever we reload the file, we should have the credentials, right? Remember, this will not have any refresh token because the sad thing, as you know, it only gets generated for the first time, so we'll not be able to refresh this. Whatever, it's fine. I'm fine with this. I don't care. Okay. There you go. So the next thing what we have to do is we have to basically create something through which we can upload files. And for that, we have to basically read the documentation. So let's see. So we say usage media upload. That's cool. So you can say drive.files.create and you can create a text file. Or you can create an image file. That's kind of cool. So you have to read it as a stream and give it as, oh, that's cool, man. We can directly upload some files. Whoa. But can we do it through a request? Like, can we send it as a post request and then do it? Maybe yes, maybe no. Let's start simple. Let's try to save a text file. Like, let's for now. Let's just for fun. Like, let's do like get slash uh, save text, something like that, right? And then you get an this kind of cool. And then what we can do is we can basically save any text. Whoa, it is writing all the codes for us. That's insane. I don't know why. Uh, yeah. So we basically took the Google Drive instance and then we want some text and the text will be like dynamic. So you can say some text, right? Const some text is equal to params dot some text. And then according to the documentation, we basically can directly say Google Drive dot create and then it requires a request body and a media. So let's try to do it. Okay, so if you see that's the two things it requires. So I can say drive dot files dot create, right? And then it requires a request body, and the request body it has a name, it has a type, it has nothing else, and then we basically require a media, plain text, body some text. That's great. This will basically say, and this is I think an asynchronous process. So this should be an asynchronous process. Yeah, it's a asynchronous process. So I'll say await, and this is an async. That's great. And let's actually say return success. Okay, so we'll do this. I don't know. Is it like has our server restarted properly? Looks like it has. Oh, we should say like log server started, whatever, server started. Yeah, we should say that, at least we'll know. Yeah, it has started. Now the next thing, it's very simple. This is slash save text. So slash save text. Right, let's have anything. Hey, what's up? Hey, how are you? Gone, gone. Okay. Oh, it's not been enabled. Okay, so you basically need to enable this thing. For in using an API, you have to enable this. This is quite important. Okay. So yeah, okay. Let's go and say enable. Enabling is quite important, right? Once you enable something, then only you can use this. Remember, very, very important. Great. So click to what happened. We have enabled this. That's great. And next thing what we can do is now I think this should work. Let's actually now hit this same thing. Come on. It has not, it didn't crash yet. And so far it's going correct. Seems to be like fine. Why is it taking so long, man? Why? Before running the enable the API, I did not log in into Gcard by running something like this. Install the API module by scopes can be spread in array on single. Okay. Do we need all these scopes really? Are you kidding me? Nothing happened. Just it just happens. Let me actually check whether the files are being even created or not. So if I just go to my drive, wait, hold on. So if I just go to my Google Drive, right? Hold on, I'll just quickly go to my drive. Uh, it's not my drive. Hold on. Google Drive. Hmm. This is insane. Guys, are you kidding me? This is working. This is working as expected. But what we have to do is do not have to await this. That's simple. Awaiting this is not at all a good idea. Otherwise, it's working fine. See, hey, how are you is there, and you can create files like this. Let's try to upload an image right now. Let's try to like, yeah. But let's try to upload an image from the local directory, reading it as a stream, so which has been given as an example over here. So I'll just try to do this. Right, let's some pick nature photo, something like that. Nature photo. We'll get some photo of nature and we'll try to upload it. Which one should we? I don't know. Everything looks good. Let's try to do with this one. Save image as, save something like that. It has a weird extension. I want like a simple thing. Can we do this with this? I don't know. It's in JPEG. Yeah, we can do this with this. Okay. Let's say nature.jpg. So what I'll do is I'll just create another route. I'll just say app dot put uh, app dot put not app dot get again, like okay. So we'll just slash save image. Okay. See, I could have like got the image from the front end, but that's a very different deal. So you could get it like through using Multer or anything like that. So if you want a tutorial on how to send an image from front end to back end using, we can definitely do that. Just comment down below, and we'll do it. Okay, so here we go. So once we do that, what we're going to do is this is an async thing, right? We're going to read the file if you see as a stream. So we'll say let stream. Okay, okay. So again, this is same like this thing. It's quite the same, right? And then we can do drive files dot create, of course, the same thing. And then we can say request body. test dot, it's not PNG again, it's JPG now, and it is like uploaded from node, whatever, meme type JPG. That's great. It has given us all the code. So image is not, I think we have nature.jpg is like what we have. Great. And then this will be reading this, and this will be creating this, and will return this worked. This is working, something like that. Right. And let's now try to hit save image, and this should basically save things up. So localhost 8000 slash save image. I don't know. It's doing something. Okay. Let's go to the drive and just like let's verify that this is there or not. Hold on. Oh guys, guess what? Guess what? See this. The uploaded from node, and that's the same exact image which we like just tried to upload. And which is insane. Great. So we achieved our goal of like, and this is like the same issue, but this is actually uploading things up. And yeah, you can see integrating Google Drive is not a big deal. You might like this upload issue is a might like minor issue. We You can fix this maybe like through try catch or some way. So thank you if you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm happy. Great. And you can literally, I'm not kidding you can literally modify almost everything through APIs which Google provide in Google services. So yeah, that's it. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.